Hi, this is Wayne from INKISH, and we're here at Printing United Expo in Orlando. I now have the privilege of talking to Matthew from ProPrint Performance. Matthew, really nice to meet you.
Pleasure.
And thanks for the time to come and see us.
Well, thanks for asking.
So, ProPrint Performance, part of Keypoint. Is it a division of Keypoint? Give me a little bit more information about.
A lot of people ask that. So we were acquired by Keypoint Intelligence 2.5 years ago.
Right.
But ProPrint Performance, they've been doing the world of production print for over 25 years.
Right.
And so we are still a self-contained entity. We are based in Europe. I am the only U.S. employee.
Right,
So,
okay. So the Christmas party must be fun.
Yeah, it's a little bit of a drive.
Right, okay. So, before we came on camera, we was talking about some of the services that you provide. I was fascinated because I didn't know that this was something that even existed. So you're talking about dealer training, OEM salespeople training. Give us a little bit more information about that, because it's press orientated, and I know you've got a new initiative with regards to finishing.
Yeah.
But just talk us about the press applications.
Okay, so our primary bread and butter is a competitive web portal.
Right.
And it's an online repository for the world of production print.
Okay.
So we work with all of the major manufacturers of digital production presses.
Right.
And so that competitive web portal allows salespeople and their support teams to be more confident and credible in their sales.
Right.
Because they can have a better led business conversation when they have all of that competitive information at their fingertips.
Right.
And it's not just your speeds and feeds, it's also we do testing, rigorous testing, and so you can actually see the real performance data for real customer applications.
Okay, so do you use the Keypoint testing facility in Cambridge for that?
We use all of the above.
Right,
So
okay.
we test actually at OEM manufacturer testing facilities and things of that nature as well.
Okay.
So we try to make sure that we get as much information as humanly possible.
Right, okay.
And you were asking what else we offer. You mentioned training. So that is another part of our wheelhouse that people don't know we do.
Yeah.
So we actually do competitive training as well as skills development training for sales professionals and their support teams.
Right, okay.
And so we have a full curriculum. So if a dealer, for example, doesn't have the budget for an L&D department, they can utilize our services to actually take their sales folks through the world of production print from a sales perspective, from a business conversation perspective.
Right. I mean, that's fascinating. So in a nutshell, so if I'm a US dealer or an agent and I pick up a new OEM that I'm now selling in the US, then they come to you and you can give them all the competitors' data to train their salespeople up.
That's a good question. So we have obviously relationships with the manufacturers, but we also, one of the reasons they hired me here in the US is to penetrate the dealer market a little bit more effectively.
Right. Okay.
Keypoint Intelligence has 600 or so dealers under their belt, and a lot of them are just now finding out a little bit more about who we are and what we do.
Right.
And so they would contact that team, or they would contact me directly.
Right.
And we'd help get them set up with a competitive portal, with training, whatever they need.
Okay.
And with the web portal, we've actually just we've added a new section to the portal, finishing.
Yes.
That's one of the biggest reasons that we're here at Printing United is to see, what the latest and greatest is in the world of finishing for production print. It's become an even bigger key differentiator than it used to be.
Right.
And so that's the reason that we're here
right.
this week.
Okay. So you're here researching the finishing, the new developments in that area.
Yes.
Then you collect the data and put it onto your portal.
That's what our goal is. Yeah, is to get that information on the portal so that the customers, once they've narrowed down their choice of engine using our portal, what's next? They've got to figure out, okay, what kind of finishing can we utilize, and putting it in the portal the way we do the rest of the products is you can do side-by-side comparisons and do inline with inline, offline with offline, or even inline versus offline. This gives them so much more flexibility.
Yeah.
This gives them more control. It gives them more knowledge. And then when you take that in conjunction with our skills development training, they become a real force to be reckoned with.
Right. So is it a service that's available for PSPs? So if I'm looking at a range of equipment, let's just say that, then I can come to you and you can supply me with the data on each of those machines?
Unfortunately, our relationships stop at the dealer level. So we've got the relationships with the manufacturers, and then we have the relationships with the dealers. So what we want is for the salespeople themselves to be able to take the print service providers, regardless of the environment, and guide them through. So that way, not only are the customers feeling that trusted relationship, that trusted partnership, the salespeople are becoming more confident and credible, which is really important to the relationship.
100%. 100%. I mean, it's absolutely fascinating. I mean, the more I get to understand Keypoint, and I mean, we interviewed Herman yesterday on the research side and now the dealer training side. I mean, it's a full portfolio that they've got now at Keypoint.
It is, and one of our initiatives, for 2026, that full L&D program utilizes some of the trainings that historically have been part of Keypoint Intelligence. We've moved them into the Pro Print Performance family because they were such a perfect fit. And so you have these anchor courses, but then we also have micro learnings that include research, market research, as well as skills that salespeople can always use more training on, like prospecting, for example. So.
I mean, it's fascinating. So you're here for the whole show, are you?
Yes.
Yeah, okay. So you're treading the boards.
I am, and I've been in the business for over 25 years, but this is my first Printing United.
You must have started very young.
Oh, thanks. Thanks. I'll give you that 20 later.
It's your first Printing United, is it?
It's my first of any kind of like national or global. I've only ever done regional type stuff.
Right. So you've got Drupal to look forward to then.
I do. I'm really excited.
Well, Matthew, it's been an absolute pleasure talking to you.
Pleasure.
And it's a fascinating subject. And as I say, I've learned something if nobody else has today. And I wish you all the best for the future.
Thank you so much.
Thanks, Matthew.